please.
Okay, here we are. So welcome to the demo day of Startup Lab. This is the 2021 edition. It's the second time we have the demo day live on YouTube, second time in a row, but this is the 9th edition of this demo day. So welcome. So it's a competition. It's a competition because we will be listening to pitches from students team presenting their startups. But before being a competition between students, it's a competition between instructors and mentors. So let me show you my colleagues in this journey. So let me welcome Marco. Hello, Marco, how are you?
Hello, Alessandro, I'm fine, thank you very much.
Do you think you can win your competition with one team of your students?
I'm quite hopeful because I've seen many ideas and also very good groups of students. So fingers crossed.
Okay. I'm keeping my finger crossed as well, but for my team. And now, what about Pablo? Hello, Pablo. How's weather in Madrid?
Hello, everyone. We have been enjoying cloudy weather, cloudy skies, but very nice temperatures here. It's full spring, almost summer. I'm hoping here winner. I have 4 running horses. I think one will make it to the final line first.
Okay, we'll live and see. We'll live and see. Okay, and hello, Gloria, Alessandra, Silvia. Say hi.
Hi, hello, everyone.
Hi.
Hi.
Okay, so they've been in the back running the things. And so let's start without further ado because we are running a bit late. So first of all, here on my back, so this is Contamination Lab. So Contamination Lab, it's a program, it's an education program, and it's a physical space which is managed in collaboration with Hub Innovazione Trentino, where us as University of Trento try to preach innovation and entrepreneurship through an hands-on approach. And Startup Lab is our pillar of our programs because, and today, I mean, this is the final event of the year where we showcase the project developed by our students. Okay, so this is it. I'd like now to give the microphone to Marco because we are celebrating the 9th demo day of Startup Lab, but we are also celebrating the 4th year of the joint venture of Startup Lab with another course, which is called the BD Lab. So Marco, can you say a few words about your course?
Yeah, thank you very much. As director of this business development lab, I'm very happy to to have this interaction and the collaboration between different departments with the information science engineering department and the industrial engineering department. And I think it's great to have this cross-fertilization since we have different students sharing their expertise. We have management, business, and of course also more technical experiences that are basically the basis to create these interesting business ideas.
Thank you, Marco. This is what we call the good side of contamination, which is the cross-fertilization of idea. And now let me give you the microphone to Gloria because I want to hear more about what happened in the last 3 months. So Gloria, can you sum it up?
Yeah, sure. Thank you, Alessandro. So our story started on January and with an open call where we received more than 117 applications. From there, we selected more or less 100 students. And despite the Corona emergency, we are very proud of our 18 different nationalities which are involved in the course because it's part of our vision and it's part of what we call positive contamination here. And during the course, of course, thanks to the online journey, we were able to had a lot of guests from all around the world. So we had more than 10 guests, investors, startups, experts, and professionals that shared their experiences and their stories with the students and with us. On top of this, we also have 30 13 fantastic mentors coming from the local and international ecosystem of startup and innovation. But more than this, we also have 13 junior mentors, former students, Startup Lab students that helped all the teams to avoid even the simplest mistakes that they could have been doing during the course. Of course, we couldn't start in presence, and everything started online. So we were everybody in front of our laptop, sharing the screen like in this moment. And probably this year we were a bit more ready to do this online. So you were supposed to do this all together around in a room, and also make a bit of rumor together. But we managed to create also a friendly environment at the beginning, where we could share not only our experience and our knowledge, but also our fit, our socks. And we tried to start, as I said, in a friendly way and break the ice, starting this journey together. We really wanted to have you in a room all together, listening tutorial like this, but we couldn't. So I would say that somehow we did pretty much the same, even if online. You met your instructors, started to understand how many rules, constraints, deadlines there would have been, and yet you were able to manage more or less everything. Then you created your team. And in our mind, it should have been like this, around the table, again, all together in the same room. But instead, it ended up like that. Funny, right? As a team, you started generating ideas, focusing on the better one, in your opinion, and working hard on the development of this project, of this idea. At the beginning, you were alone. But at some point, of course, also mentors arrived. It wasn't something like that, with people around working hard at the table, but of course, you did a great job as well. Mentors arrived and they started challenging you because physically or virtually, in my opinion, in our opinion, it was substantially the same. Their role, in fact, is not to solve your problems, but to push you forward and help you to get the best decision that you can get in the development of your project. So no big change at that point, because even the mentors arrived, we were always in front of our laptop doing our job and trying to develop the project and your startup. Finally, we reached the end of the course. And the difference from the beginning was incredible to us. Let's say that you started like this, and then the last day of the course, you entered the room like this. So this was pretty much the course this last 3 months. I wish a very good luck to everyone. And I congratulate with you from now, because you did a very great job. Pablo?
Yes, thank you, Gloria. It's been quite a journey, I have to say, very intense few weeks. We've all learned a lot, including us, the instructors. It's one of the beauties of this very international crowd, and actually the fact that we can all connect. In any case, the agenda for today, for the Demo Day live event, we were supposed to start a bit earlier, but we had these technological issues, but we're catching up, so we'll be fine. From 5 to 6, we'll have the startup presentations. So each startup has done a video that will be shown, 4-minute video. Obviously, we as instructors will introduce the startup, mention a little bit of the journey that or the type of company we're presenting, and then everyone will be able to see everyone else's projects, which should be quite interesting. we are having a vote that you can start voting whenever you want when you see the videos, which is going to be the People's Choice Award. That's going to finish at 7 when the keynote speaker will do the intervention, and then at 7:45 we'll have the award ceremony. Okay, so that's the plan for the day. Obviously we'll have the juries come in. The juries will visit the different teams and have Q&A sessions with them, and so on and so forth. So for the People's Choice Award, we encourage you to vote for your favorite team. Okay, and there's a website where you can vote, which is the CLab website. Okay, we're gonna send it in the chat, in the YouTube chat right now. Okay.
And then we'll come back at 7 to listen to our international keynote speaker, Professor Lisa Short. So you'll have also the opportunity to write some questions and to ask some curiosity to this international guest speaker.
Okay, good. Thank you, Pablo, and thank you, Alessandra. So this is it. And let me introduce the jury and the juror. So these are taken typically from the local, but also international innovation ecosystem. So these are people which are experienced in evaluating early stage and pre-revenue startups. So we'll have an international guest, which is Rui Barros Silva, which is part of the CAS Business School, and it is in charge of the education project at the business school of the University of City London, now rebranded as Thomas. And then we have Marco Senegaliesi, which is the head of a startup acceleration at Innovazione Trentino. And then we have Andrea Cuoghi, which is the project manager and the business developer at Trentino Sviluppo. Then we have Chloe Wang, which is a CEO and co-founder of TXC2. And she's also a Startup Lab alumna. So she's coming back to Startup Lab to give back to the students and to evaluate the projects. She was a student 5 years ago, 5 editions ago. Then we have Gabriele Paglialonga from the local accelerator Industrial Venture. And finally, we have a business angel, which is Andrea Bollner, which is a close friend of us as well. Okay, so these 6 jurors that will judge your presentation and will ask questions before evaluating and deciding the prices. Okay. So this is it. It's a fair competition. So best of luck to Marco and Pablo. I hope you can get some consolation prize, because I want my teams obviously to win the best. But you know, okay, let's let the judges decide. Okay. Okay. So we are ready. Gloria, should we start the reel of
one thing, Alessandro?
So yes, please.
So do not vote for your own teams hundreds of times, okay? Just or don't create a little chatbot that will vote for you hundreds of times. The People's Choice Awards will be one vote, one person, no? The principle of democracy, one person, one vote.
Now we are going to check also. So if you just program this technological bot that puts different emails and names, fake names in the form, you can do that, because we're going to check it.
But well, guys, to be honest, we all know that the People's Choice Awards is the most rigged prize every year. But you know, I mean, the prize is just as it is. You just get bragging rights. But I mean, the real prizes are the prize from the jury. So I mean, good luck bribing the jury. I mean, I think it's too late now. And so this is it. So we are ready to start the reel of the projects. So every project would be having a presenter, which was the instructor coaching the project. So I see from the reel, Unfortunately, I'm not the first presenter. I regretfully need to give the microphone to Pablo because the first team is Pablo's team.
So the first team presenting tonight is One Bra. Is a team that's designed a concept around women feeling better after cancer surgery, which just itself is a great idea in the concept that how great it is to set up a business that will make people happy and will make, in this case, women happy and feel better with themselves. It was mentored and supported by, oh my God, the list of mentors. I didn't have it. Anyway, we can start a video. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Alessandro, and I'm here to present our team, One Bra. In 2020, there were more than 2 million cases of breast cancer worldwide, with 55,000 diagnoses in Italy alone. This means 1 woman out of 8 in this Zoom conference will experience that once in her life. This means statistically someone you know will or already has heard this diagnosis. During validation, treated women told us about how uncomfortable they felt after the operation and how even wearing a tight t-shirt represented a nightmare. That's when we understood that for them, breast symmetry is not a matter of appearance, but of psychological health. After the diagnosis, women may undergo mastectomy and then a temporary prosthesis is applied. This can change its size for a whole year, with the woman left alone to change inserts inside her post-surgical bra. This is the starting point of One Bra. We aim to follow our customer along her whole journey. After the online purchase of our product, the woman will be free to perform a 3D scan with a dedicated app whenever she will feel to. Cups will be then printed and delivered after being designed by our engineers according to the data from the 3D scan. They will be produced by an online supplier. The customer will only need to fit them inside our bra previously bought. Of course, other competitors are addressing this very customer segment too. Also big ones such as Mango and Diana, but with their polyester inserts, they fail in providing the wanted fit and a natural shape. Also, they can cause sweating and irritation. We want to serve the market with a product meeting surgical needs and offering the perfect fit and femininity, not just one of the two. We want women to feel at ease and comfortable again with a tight t-shirt on. As 39% of breast cancer cases are mastectomies and 35% of the mastectomies need external inserts, we are looking at an approachable market of 300,000 women each year. We will need to reach them through advertisement online and in healthcare facilities, and we will use social media to build a community dedicated to her needs. We will also employ advocates to increase our brand advocacy. We will sell online through our e-commerce. We will start with Italy and then we will expand. We can sell only the bra or the bra with different bundles of cups that can be also bought from time to time with a monthly subscription. We validated that our customers are not sensitive to the price, so we can expect high margins on all the combinations. We plan to sell 1,000 units in 2022. To do so, we will reach a maximum financial need of 523,000 euros, with a break-even point estimated in 2025. Profits are estimated for year 6 to be 1.9 million. However, we will need you for this to come true. We are asking for 550,000 euros to be used for marketing, app development, production and logistics in Europe. It's not a huge investment compared to what we can offer. We are a team of 3 engineers and 2 business women, and we have in-house all the competence needed to design, produce, distribute, sell our product, and we strongly believe in this project. Let's work it out together. Good evening, everyone. I'm Alessandro.
Okay, we're back live. Pablo, Are you there?
Yes, I cannot stop the video. The host needs to let me show the video. Please, thank you. No, I just want to say that the fantastic mentor for the team has been Nadia Bovova, who supported not one, but 2 teams. So thank you so much, Nadia. It's been a pleasure to have you on board. That was all. Sorry.
Okay, thank you, Pablo. Okay, and now I see the reel and I see that it's my turn, meaning that it's one of my team. Yay for me, yes. Yay for me, but I need to share, obviously, this with, again, the mentor that followed these guys. The mentor is Lorenzo Modena, the CEO of OpenMove. So let me tell you what they did, these guys. So they did something, you know, we are all stuck at the computer all day and we make a lot of mistakes. But I mean, luckily enough, there's the undo function. No? So there's the undo command or the command Z, so you can get back when you make mistakes. When you make mistakes in real life, it's harder to go back. But these guys and this team invented a way to go back in time when you make a very huge mistake. Okay, so without further ado, let's see the reel of team number 1, which is Team Yore.
Everyone makes mistakes, but not all mistakes last forever. Tattoos are one of them. Good evening, everyone. We are Yor, and we are glad to present you tonight our new solution for tattoo removal. Just in Italy, there are 7 million tattooed people, and 1.2 of them want to erase a tattoo. Surprisingly, only 4% of these have actually done it. Why? What is stopping them? The problem is that the current techniques are painful, time-consuming, and ineffective. So here is where we come. Yore is a biotechnology solution that erases completely the tattoo through a simple patch without pain, scars, and recovery. How can it be possible? Our solution is a microneedle patch that releases the active ingredient and leads to complete ink degradation at cell level. The result is a fast and effective tattoo removal without damaging the skin cells. In this USP matrix, we compare Yore with the 2 main competitors, cover-up and lasers. Cover-ups are definitely ineffective, and for a medium-sized tattoo, costs about 500 euros. It can take more than 1 day, and it results in a bigger and darker tattoo. Laser removal instead is painful and not so effective. It has a total cost of 1,400 euros and lasts several years on average. We want to achieve a breakthrough product that is way painless than a laser, super effective, fast, and easy to use at a competitive price of 1,000 euros for the final user. Let's have a look at the market size in Italy. The total available market is composed of 100,000 cover-up users, 5,000 laser users, and we believe that with our product, we can target all the laser users and partially the cover-up users, resulting in a safe estimation of 50,000 users as a total addressable market. And keep in mind that this is just in Italy in 1 year. Now try to imagine it worldwide. Through the R&D validation, we proved the feasibility of the technology and identified our key partners. From the interviews with potential customers and with professionals, we confirmed the interest in our product and the willingness to pay a reasonable price for it. Finally, with the web campaign, we verified the scalability of the business worldwide and the need of having the trust of the customers. For this very reason, we decided to partner with tattoo studios in order to benefit from their capillarity and their network, and also to enhance our brand awareness and customer trust. In exchange, they will be able to create a new revenue stream. We want to sell our product to tattoo studios for 600 euros. The aim is for the first year is to reach 900 patches sold by the end of 2024. In the future, we plan to add the B2C direct channel, increasing our margin and total revenues, selling directly to final users for 1,000 euros. This is our future roadmap. R&D is already set to start in Cibio's lab in the summer. And in the meantime, we are going to patent our solution. In July 2023, we plan to get the cosmetic approval. And these first activities require an investment of 150K. After that, we can start the production and generate positive cash flow with a potential revenue of 530K in the first year of sale. This is our dream team. To make all this happen, we have a uniquely skilled team with a technical and economical background, full of enthusiasm and ready to start this journey. So what are you waiting? Join us to start the new era of tattoo removal and keep permanent only the things you like.
Great. Now it is my turn, and I'm extremely happy now to present one of my teams. They did a great job, and I think the idea is very interesting because have you ever had, let's say, the opportunity to move a new city? And of course, it's not easy, right, to new people, and especially to start doing some sport. So in order to match the need to meet new people, to start playing a sport together, this team created an innovative idea, and I'm really pleased to welcome the presentation of this team that was mentored by Carlo Pasquini. Thank you very much for supporting our students. And if we are ready to share the video of OK, Go.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Tommaso Sacchetti, and this is OK Go, the sport social network. As off-site students, we all have faced the problem of finding buddies to play sports with. If you don't know anyone, or just sometimes the schedules with your friends don't match. Also, as a casual futsal player, I know the pain of missing someone to complete a team. Moreover, how many times I've played with random people without knowing anything about them and finding out too late that the level was really different than mine? Current socials and word of mouth are not a real solution, so we came up with OK Go. OK Go is a social media application that allows users to establish new connections, look for players nearby, join or organize a match in a very easy way. Matchmaking will be skill-based to provide a better experience for everyone, matching them with people of the same level, so they can really enjoy the match. From our validation, we found out that 9 out of 10 off-site students don't know people to play sports with. Another interesting data, since our target are not only off-site students, is that 7 out of 10 people of different ages is familiar with the problem of missing players to organize a match. We want to take this spot and solve these problems. We will start with an Italy-only distribution of the app for the first year, to then expand to other countries. According to Istat, 48% of people in Italy in the 18-30 age range play sports at least once a week. That makes more than 2 million potential users. After a public release of the app to quickly reach critical mass, we intend to partner with influencer and sports club to support our marketing campaigns, and we estimate that we will be having 200,000 users on board by the end of the first year. Within our application, you can enjoy the main sports like soccer, basket, volley, running, or tennis. Future edition will be based on user feedback, of course. You can share your sport activity, create a timeline, and interact with other players to know them and play with them. You can look for players nearby for create a match or just join an already existing one. To make this sustainable, we have planned an in-app subscription with premium functionalities, partnering with sport-related services, brands, and stores. In particular, we have an initial deal with various sports centers that will enable us to provide an all-in-one experience with an aggregator and an in-app pitch booking system. Once a user base is established, in-app advertising from free users will sustain the hardware IT costs by itself. Speaking about timings, by the last quarter of this year, the application will be released. By the first quarter of 2022, we will have full ongoing marketing campaigns and initial partnerships with the major sportive stores, brands, and associations. By the end of the second quarter 2022, we will reach 200,000 users and have consolidated partnerships. Then, in the third quarter, we will launch our booking system. We predict to have a self-sustainable business starting mid-2023, to then start generating profits and look for an international expansion. We're ready to start. We're asking for 300,000 euros to sustain the first 18 months and develop the application. Again, my name is Tommaso Sacchetti, and together with Stefano Di Santo and Alessandra Morellini are the main developers of OK Go. We have a data scientist, Negesh Komori, and UX designer, Vittorio Ponti, captained by Giovanni Siviero, our CEO. Thank you for your attention.
And now it is the turn for another group I had the pleasure to supervise. And also, let's say, I would like also to thank Keveta Majtanovic for mentoring this group. And if we think about the circular economy, we think about sustainability, we think about an innovative food product, really able to connect all these important elements. So it is a pleasure to introduce now the video of Group 9, Core, presenting their idea. Mogu.
Hello, we are excited to show you what we're doing, so let's dive right into it. We guess that among you someone is either vegan or vegetarian. Just this year in Startup Lab there should be 11 people, and next year there should be 16. Vegans and vegetarians often have two concerns: making sure to respect the environment and ensuring to get their daily protein intake from alternatives to meat. However, when it is time to go grocery shopping, they often find three problems. They have few alternatives, products are often too expensive, and they are not fully traceable or local. We managed to validate these problems by talking with 50 people, and looking at the results we obtained, it wasn't a surprise when 96% of them stated that they would gladly try an alternative to existing products. And this is where we come into play. Mogu is a ready-to-cook alternative to meat that derives from mushrooms cultivated in Trentino with coffee grounds. Why coffee grounds? Well, on a daily basis, one Italian bar wastes on average 4 kilos of coffee grounds. That's a big amount of resource to us. In fact, if used as fertilizers for mushrooms, they allow them to grow with a 5 times a higher protein content with respect to industrially grown ones. And this is what we do. We give value to something that otherwise would be wasted, in the spirit of circular economy. From this upcycling process comes Mogu. Mogu has many good characteristics. For instance, it is gluten and cholesterol free. Once cooked, Mogu tastes like mushrooms with a crispy texture like bacon. Now that we have explained to you what's on your fork, let us show you how our farm works. We will collect coffee grounds from our partner bars thanks to the use of electric bikes. Mushrooms will be then cultivated inside high-tech containers that allow us to better control growing conditions. 10 days later, we will have a fresh product that we will start selling from Trento's market fair, then on our e-commerce, and finally into supermarkets. We are confident that people will want to try Mogu, since on a national level, sales of vegan and vegetarian products increased by 6.2% in 2020 with respect to 2019, and the total market evaluation is 3 billion euros. Also, looking outside our borders, there are many successful stories of companies producing vegan products. Unfortunately, we are not seeing much of these stories in Italy. With Mogu, we aim at bringing Italian food to the tables of vegans and vegetarians, filling the gap in this market. Of course, we will face competitors in this market, but we are not scared. Mogu is locally produced, doesn't need high industrial processing, and we emit less than a half CO2 with respect to traditional meat. Also, looking at competitors like tofu, seitan and tempeh, our price is competitive too. Our vision for our company is to start with an initial investment of 100,000 euros. Next, we will start selling and we will get customers to engage with us. We will then break even in the third year, when we will be fully operational on our e-commerce and we will enter supermarkets. On year 4, our production will peak to its optimum, allowing us to increase our profits. In the long term, our goal is to scale up this process dramatically and create many more local realities all over Italy. This is Team Core, a mix of innovation management, industrial engineering and biotechnology committed to bring Mogu to you. Are you excited? Because we are. Thank you.
And we also continue our journey towards sustainability, now addressing an important issue, which is food waste, especially at home. And in this direction, there is, in my opinion, a great idea to monitor and to track your food in your pantry. And this idea has been developed by a group mentored by Giulia Zanatta. And So a third group I supervisioned. It's my pleasure to introduce you Foodstock.
Hi everyone, my name is Francesco and today I'm going to present you our business idea. But before, let me start with a question. Have you ever trashed food? The answer will be probably yes, and this is because 40% of all the food wasted comes from private households. This happens because we don't stick to a shopping list or because usually forget to use the food before it expires. Moreover, every family wastes 2,000 euros for these problems each year. So as you can see, the more food you waste, the more money you will waste. Foodstock is the perfect solution for this problem. It's an app that will help you in reducing in-house food waste by automatically monitoring your pantry. But let's see how it works. The user goes into the app and registers his fidelity card, and after he makes his grocery shopping, the app will automatically load the food he bought by accessing to the supermarket user database. In the app, he will find a list of all the products that he bought and the related expiration dates calculated by our app with machine learning. Whenever a product is going to expire, the app will trigger an alarm in order to prevent it from going rotten. You can also monitor the food and the money that you saved with us and access to special discounts programs and cashback initiatives. This is thanks to the partnership with supermarkets, but why do they want to collaborate with us? Mainly for two reasons. The first one is that the supermarkets will increase their loyal customer base with us, and they will implement their corporate social responsibility by tackling the problem of food waste with us. Analyzing the market from the customer side, we see that our buyer persona is an intersection between four different segments that are people that do the grocery shop on their own, that are young, between 18 and 35 years, that are interested in sustainability and that have a fidelity card. This number, according to the Italian market, is 600,000 people, and these are serviceable, obtainable market. Switching to the competitor side, we can see that our unicity stays in the automatical loading of the groceries. Instead, our competitors, as Cozzo or KitchenPal, have some mechanism with less accuracy that forces the customer to manually insert all the groceries that he buys. On the other side, you can see LG and Samsung that are our indirect competitors because they are producers of smart fridges that have a way higher price and that have manual insertion too. We decided to adopt a freemium business model as many other apps with advertisement in the free version and monthly subscription in the premium one. The app will be available on the App Store and the Google Play with 4 different plans that are the free one with automatic data acquisition and expiration data tracking, and 3 different premium plans that are the standard one with the stock-based recipes, the student, and the multi-account. So if you're interested in joining our journey and beat the problem with us, we estimated that we will need 50,000 euros in order to reach our first KPIs that are our first partnership by the end of 2021, 100K users by 2023, and 5 million revenues by the end of 2024. So this is our team. Luca and Beatrice will deal with the development of the app, thanks to their background. Lorenzo with the financial administration. Joshua and Sofia, that are our international components, will be crucial for the market expansion. And me, as the CEO, I will coordinate the operation and develop an effective strategy. So we are Foodstock, and we thank you for the attention.
I have to say that we're seeing really fantastic projects. So I just want to extend a thank you and congratulations to all of you, all the teams, also to the mentors. The next project is Place B, which was mentored by Daniele Moriandi, who's also mentored another project. So thanks a lot, Daniele, good job. And it's one of these projects that is really, really in the right place at the right time, because the team was trying to figure out ways to improve remote work or working from home or working remotely. And I think they've done a fantastic job. So without further ado, let's see the presentation of their project.
Hi everyone, I'm Alessia and I'm proud to introduce you to Place B, the future of remote and flexible working. Have you ever been working from home but with problems like ill-equipped and insufficient spaces, unstable internet connection and social isolation? Our research showed that the 77.8% of remote workers face problems like this. But Place B is here to help. Our platform will offer a flexible and well-equipped support to remote workers and companies. The employees work from our spaces, near to their home, when they want, and in the setting they like. Talking with workers made us realize that also companies might be interested in Place B. 15 out of 19 we talked with are willing to offer our services to their employees in order to improve their productivity and well-being, so we can aid companies in their modern remote work modality. Our offer is the result of identifying vacant spaces in strategic places in the cities by personal and direct agreements with the space owners. They will have just to make an initial investment to reach our quality standards, and then we rebrand them as Place B remote working spaces. In return, they get a safe rental income, remonetizing the space. Our sales team acquires customers, which are companies, and provides them with a customized physical spaces perfect for their employees. The employees can register and subscribe to our services through our website. They can book the spot from our mobile application in a couple of steps with no hassle. Every workspace has the same guaranteed level of quality in terms of furniture, cleanness, internet connection, and maintenance provided by us. The number of remote workers in Italy in 2020 was almost 5 million, almost 1/3 of all Italian employees. These numbers are crystal clear. We saw that even in the absence of external constraints, around 50% of large companies and small-medium enterprises are interested in implementing remote working in a systematic manner. Only in Italy, we estimate a total addressable market of 18 billion euros. At this point, you might think that we're just co-working spaces, but we are not. One, we focused on reduced commute time, thanks to our spread-out locations. The workers will no longer have to waste time going to his company office or being cooped up in his house. And second, Place B, it's all about privacy, silence, and focus. So no shared desk in noisy spaces, but a private single room just for you and a common space just for socialization. But why should the owners choose us for their spaces? Well, unlike real estate agencies and private renting schemes, we provide an end-to-end quality management, such as the maintenance of the office, and a minimal bureaucracy to the space owners. We are a subscription-based platform where workers can use daily, half-day, or 10-day passes, but the prices can be adapted to each city renting range. We will start in Trento in June 2021, but our plan for Place B is to be present in 5 years in 14 different cities, with over 250 offices in the northern of Italy. This expansion strategy will enable us to be present both in the city centers and in peripheries, generating over 8 million euros of revenues and over 500,000 euros of profits during 2025. To cover all the necessary aspects of Place B, here is our core team. We have all the skills to run the company, from sales to marketing and tech development. We will also hire employees in each city for ground-level operations. Based on our massive aim, we seek an investment of 450,000 euros for execution, to acquire new spaces, expand to new cities, and manage their quality. Well, the time is ripe to disrupt the way people work, and Place B is here to do it. Here you can find our contacts, and if you have any question or curiosity, please ask. Thank you for your attention.
So a great project at the right time, the right place, the right moment. The next project is EGG CAP, which is actually one of these projects that are born because someone thought it was a great idea because they had a problem in their job. And that's the type of projects that really work, that investors love. It's solving a simple problem in a simple, efficient way that's the best, that is a win-win for everyone involved. Everyone wins here. So fantastic problem. And the owner of the project, the promoter, experienced it personally. And Lorenzo Modena was the mentor for this project. He also mentored another one. So thank you so much, Lorenzo, for your support. And let's see the presentation.
And now it is my pleasure to introduce another team I supervised, and I also would like to thank again Carlo Pasquini for mentoring this team. Smart agriculture, it's becoming really a hot topic, and the opportunity to integrate many different sensors in order to predict and also to anticipate problems. I think it's really relevant for farmers, and in this case, apple farmers, which are very relevant here in Trentino. So it's my pleasure to introduce the team number 13, Easy Farming.
Good evening to everyone. We are Easy Farming, and today we will present to you our IoT system for apple farmers. Let's start with a real-life example. Imagine that you are an apple farmer in the Trentino Alto Adige area, and every year spring frosts put your entire apple production at stake. This is exactly what happened on the 8th of April 2021, when due to generic forecasts, the magnitude of the frost was underestimated, causing up to 70% of flowers to be damaged in some areas. So the problem is that unreliable climate and field forecasts available to apple farmers can lead them to over or underreact, wasting resources or worse, losing their entire harvest. Therefore, our solution is to deploy weather and soil stations to collect real-time data and produce forecast models, allowing higher quality and precision farming. We validated both the problem and the solution together with 10 apple farmers, some cooperatives such as VIP Valvenosta and Apot, as well as the Edmund Mack Foundation. Now let's have a look at the Easy Farming minimum viable product. As the animation shows, each station would include a solar panel, a weather sensor, a sensor hub, a leaf wetness sensor, and last but not least, a soil moisture sensor. But how does the system architecture work? As you can see, our system will be composed of on-site sensors interconnected with a hub that will collect data and transmit it wirelessly to our servers. The data is then analyzed and offered to farmers through a website and a mobile platform. All of the data we're able to gather wouldn't be useful without a well-thought-out user interface. Thus, we designed our dashboard to be easy to understand, but at the same time offering all the information needed. Let's now talk about our potential market. The Italian smart agriculture market in 2019 was estimated around 450 million euros. Moreover, the global smart agriculture forecast is promising, as indicated by the CAGR index for the next 5 years, which is 9.8%. We want to position Easy Farming as a service by selling data and not stations. We're apple farming oriented and subscription based. We differentiate because we are affordable for farmers. Competitors' complete products start at 1,500 euros for the hardware plus a 900 euros yearly fee for the software. Instead, our system is paid through a 150 euros installation fee plus an annual one of 800 per station that includes both hardware and software. We keep the full ownership of the system and customers pay for having access to data. You can better visualize this through the competitors' metrics, in which Easy Farming appears more affordable for farmers with respect to other competing solutions. Moreover, Easy Farming is the only firm that is 100% apple farmers oriented, without focusing on other kinds of crops. In this way, we can really tailor our products to fulfill the specific needs of our customers. What we would like to ask you is to support our project by investing 200,000 euros. We plan to employ this investment for the first year of operations. Let's see how invested capital would be used then. We expect to start delivering the service in September 2021 and to deploy more than 300 stations in the first year. In 2023, we plan to scale up to the Italian market and reach the break-even point. Finally, from 2024 on, we plan to scale up to the European market and to diversify our products. Here you can see the international Easy Farming team. We are Nicolò, Edoardo, Hao, Sebastiano, Chelsea, and Simone. Thank you for listening.
Oh, about time. So it's my turn. So don't get me wrong, I'm quite excited of the project that we have seen so far. But you know what really gets me excited? My teams. And now it's the turn of one of my team. So these guys really worked a lot, and I saw them scratching their ears, scratching their heads most of the time, because they were trying to solve issues and problems for people which still have hair, unlike me, which I'm balding. So despite not being in their target market, I'm still quite excited to hear what they have to say. So without further ado, let's see the video from Team Hair.
Hi everyone, I'm Lucrezia Tosato from the Team Hair, and today I'm gonna tell you how we plan to revolutionize the hair care market with the support of the best psychologists and AI techniques. The World Health Organization has estimated that more than 160 million people suffer from hair and scalp problems just in Europe. In accordance to our validation that has been done asking the opinion of almost 300 people, more than 80% is interested in hair care. 27% is looking actively for help. That compared to the number of people with problems in Europe creates a market of 43 million people. More than 60% has experienced problems in less than the last 6 months. The problems which customers encounter are hair and scalp problems, being judged by specialists, and the fact that expert advice is very expensive. To answer their needs, we propose hair. The hair care advice you need, whenever you want, just in one click. So, how does it work? Well, once the user goes to our website, he or she is asked to upload a picture of the scalp. After a few seconds, a full diagnosis is ready, together with the recommendation of products, which customers should use and how he or she should use them. Moreover, we provide the link to the website where customer can find the product with the most convenient price. After that, the customer is only asked to follow the instruction and wait for the results. Now, let's have a closer look at how the magic works. First of all, we need to create a dataset with the help of the best psychologists. After that, once a user uploads a picture, our algorithm will be able to classify the problem and suggest the best product to make his or her hair healthy. The overall value of the hair care market in Europe is estimated for around 17 billion euros. Italy is ranked as one of the top 10 markets in Europe, and the e-commerce is a distribution channel expected to grow the most rapidly in the coming years. We identify 3 main competitors: trichologists, hairdresser, and the word of mouth. However, we believe that hair is not only a more affordable solution, but also the more expertise one. Why is that? How many scalp could averagely trichologist see in his life? Maybe 10,000, 50,000? Well, hair has access to more than 1 million images, together with diagnoses provided by the best trichologists. This is why we believe that hair can become the most convenient solution. How we plan to make this project a reality? Well, in the first month, we plan to hire the best experts and start the service online from the second month on. In the meantime, we plan to develop the AI systems and the application. From the 6th month on, we plan to be fully online. We consider 3 sources of income: the subscription, the commission, and the advertisements. The subscription price is 3.99 euros. However, for the first month, we plan to make it free to get more customers. Why do we think that hair can work? Of course, thanks to our 6-person team, with different backgrounds and expertise in artificial intelligence, ICT, and financial. So, if you're interested in our idea, we ask you to invest 130,000 euros, which we're going to distribute in creating the dataset, the development, and the marketing side. So the final question is, do you want to know what our AI thinks about your hair? If the answer is yes, check our website.
Okay, great job, Team Hair, which was mentored by Leonardo Benuzzi. So congrats also to Leonardo. And now back to Marco, Pablo. No, it's me again. And guess what? It's another one of my team, and I'm quite excited to introduce this team. I want to praise for this team that they worked very hard, particularly at the end, because they kept on validating and getting interview with a very important customer. So they had to work really rework and pivoting their solution and structuring completely their pitch. So good job, guys. All ears now to hear what you're going to say. You were mentored by Daniele Mioraldi. So congratulations, Daniele. So both your team went to the final stage of the demo day. So this is Team Crawler, and let's see the video.
Hello everyone, I'm Sara, and I'm going to present to you Crawler, a software for crime monitoring, reporting, and prevention. When I first got in contact with violent media, such as executions, tortures, and terrorist propaganda, I was in middle school. Besgor was one of the biggest sites sharing this type of content, and it had 1.2 billion page views per month. It was closed later on. Today, the phenomenon is alimenting itself in a vicious cycle of terror propaganda and marketing, and it has to stop. Law enforcers are trying to get rid of it, but they are facing so many difficulties. Develop post-traumatic stress disease due to the highly disturbing content that they have to analyze. In the past year, 50,000 executions were shared online and 24 million child porn medias were collected, but they are hardly removed from the internet. This is also due to the poor coordination between Europol, Interpol, and national law enforcers that are struggling to cooperate efficiently because of the lack of a distributed environment. Crawler uses artificial intelligence to gather and analyze criminal footages on the internet in order to flag them and report them in a shared and distributed way between law enforcers, Europol, Interpol, and media platforms. This will be done using blockchain technology. The blockchain will host the ID of the criminal footage so that further sharing will be prevented and copies will be removed from all platforms. Crawler has a dynamic dashboard that will show you criminal activities in real time to better understand and comprehend the distribution of criminality. Till now, Crawler detected 45 pedopornography users, it reported 250 gore platforms, and collected 550,000 medias of criminal activities. Our total available market is represented by software for law enforcers and amounts to 16.6 billion euros, with a compound annual growth rate of 13%, while the SAM is the European housing software that amounts to 3.5 billion euros. Our SAM consists of 1% of that, amounting to 35 million euros. Our main competitors are Autopsy, Magnet Digital, and GriffEye software. They all provide artificial intelligence solutions to law enforcers, but only for specific targets data, for example, known criminals or suspects. So they don't do extensive gathering over the internet, and they don't provide a decentralized reporting system for criminal activities. As a result, we differentiate from our competitors because we provide automated gathering of criminal content from the internet, we prevent burnout of operators using artificial intelligence, and we provide a shared and decentralized reporting for efficient coordination. Our main source of income will be contracts with law enforcers, but we will also generate revenues by leveraging the extracted information in aggregated form for research institutes and e-journalist platforms. By 2021, we will launch our startup, and by 2022, we will sell to criminology institutes. By 2023, we will have our first contract with Italian law enforcers, with whom we already have contacts. In the next years, we will amplify to Europol and Interpol. According to our cash flow calculations, we will be in 220,000 euros debt by 2022, but we will reach break-even in 2023. By 2024, we will be in 500,000 profit, and by 2025, we will reach 1.2 million euros profit. To start our business, we need 220,000 fundings to invest in artificial intelligence experts, cloud infrastructure, and research and development. Our team is formed by 3 information technology experts, a psychology expert, and an information management expert. We thank you for your attention, and if you have any question, feel free to contact us.
And now, the opportunity to introduce another of my teams. So here probably the opportunity is, let's say, for the win of one of my teams is increasing probably. And I'm really glad to present this team that was mentored by Daniele Basso. And a great idea, in my opinion, to use DNA to provide additional security to our information. It's becoming really important nowadays to protect our credentials, our information. So let me welcome to the stage Group 18, SafeX.
Hi everyone, we are SafeX and we are going to revolutionize data security. The internet and the information era as a whole currently relies on credentials, secret strings of character which serve as authentication control. But the security of our credential is not guaranteed. There are many vulnerabilities that put them in danger, and we want to address that. We want to create a storage device that uses synthetic DNA with the specialized purpose to safely store data. We want to let you store data credentials with a new, innovative security layer, thanks to DNA. And we want to use DNA because it is long-lasting, it doesn't use electricity at all, and it's very, very hard to crack. But is such a thing actually possible to realize? Well, yeah. Current technology allows us to store data in DNA with few steps refined in the last 2 decades. We can encode the initial information in bases, synthesize the DNA, and store it. Whenever the information is needed, we can retrieve it, sequence it, and lastly, decoding it in the real information. We decided to focus our product in the cryptocurrency sector, as they already require a way to safely store the credentials to access their funds. Their market is already there, and we aim to provide the best possible product for it. Our product was also validated by biology researchers that confirm that the technology is ready to be used. We expect that our market will be a niche one, but with enormous potential in the coming decade, especially with further developments of the technology. Data storage demands are increasing each year, and we expect that in the future we may expand to different sectors, such as the banking sector. Gartner expects that by 2024, 30% of digital businesses will mandate DNA storage trials. The technology is there, and we want to be one of the front runners. We also aim to provide consulting services in order to tailor our product to the customer's needs, and we will also use our secure algorithms to further increase security. Our competitors do not have our same product or market either. Helixworks and Illumina still need to put up a product in the crypto market, while Ledger has traditional storage mediums, not as secure as ours. And of course, cloud solutions are not secure either.
An important question is, how can we exploit this technology in order to launch a successful startup business? We aim to provide 3 main services. First of all, as our core service, we offer a writing service for all the customers that want to store their data with this technology. Secondly, as our solution proposal is focused on cybersecurity, we offer a consulting service in order to comply all the customer requirements. Finally, as we offer a writing data service, also a reading data service will be offered to the customers by using the sequencing approach. Here it is our cash flow. As usual, in the first months, we are going to invest all the available funds in building a laboratory with 2 DNA synthesizers. Once our business starts to produce a positive revenue, we are going to make a second investment by acquiring an additional DNA synthesizer. This will test us to comply with a bigger amount of customers and consequently starting to have a higher profit from the business. Our initial activity will be based on a local region area. Specifically, our headquarters will be based in North Italy in order to be able to reach most of the Central European countries with our service. Additionally, it will be crucial for us to be part of startup innovation events startup acceleration hubs, and being active in the academic environment by promoting research and development projects with universities. In order to launch our activity, we would like to ask you an initial investment of 70,000 euros for the development of the initial laboratory. In 3 years, we forecast to earn an average of 15,000 euros per month. In order to achieve this, finding key partners in the commercial and academic sectors will be crucial for us. If you believe in us, please don't hesitate to contact us or ask questions. Thank you very much for your attention.
Another great project. So we're going to go with the last project presenting tonight or this evening. It was mentored by Kveta Vashnovic. She mentored 2 projects that made it to final. So well done, Kveta. Thanks you for your support and support of the teams. And in this case, it's a project that called Heal Me. It has to do with skin diseases, skin cancer, how to prevent death. So a very meaningful, many meaningful project. And it's the first time that while the team was doing the research for it, Google launched a competitor. But I think the team's idea is different and is better in some ways than what Google can achieve with their business to consumer solution. So let's see what they propose. I think it's a fantastic idea.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Mirko, and today I have the pleasure to present to you my business idea. Our skin is a fascinating organ, but sometimes it develops black spots called moles. Fortunately for us, Italian dermatologists are well trained to identify and treat skin diseases. But still, every year in Europe, there are more than 20,000 deaths from melanoma, and 7,000 of these in Italy alone. There is a big difference between early and late diagnosis. Late detection reduces the survival rate from 94% to 14%. Due to the high demand for mole controls, the normal checkup interval in Italy is 1 year. But in the worst case, a mole can degenerate into treatable cancer in less than 3 months, a deadly mismatch. After speaking with experts in the field, we understood that we could prevent deaths by connecting doctors and patients in a better way. Heal Me is our solution. It's both a software and hardware product that offers a sophisticated AI-powered patient management tool for the modern health centers. With it, physicians can map moles in no time and mark suspect moles called gray moles. We also provide the patients with a take-home solution consisting of an app and a lens to check their moles more frequently. But how does it work? First of all, go to the dermatologist. If he spots a bad mole and gets a confirmation from the AI algorithm, he can cut it off immediately. If he detects a gray mole, he marks it and gives you a code to connect to your profile through the app. At home, you can monitor them with the lens to keep gray moles under constant control. If something bad is detected by the AI, you can schedule an appointment with a dermatologist. Otherwise, you will see him in the next annual visits. Of course, we are not the only ones who have thought about this. There are other similar products on the market. For example, PhotoFinder and Barco are producing solutions for clinics, while other companies such as Molescope, SkinVision, and Google are selling solutions only for clients. However, they are not incorporated into the dermatology clinic system and do not provide a seamless connection between patient and doctors. Heal Me, on the other hand, values this connection and will help you stay safer. We want to sell our clinic software solution at 250 euros per month. For the smart dermatoscope, we charge an extra 1,500. The patient is given a special lens for 50 euros that helps to take high-quality images. We expect to produce up to 300 clinical devices in the next 5 years and make a profit of 1.3 million in 2025. We plan also to develop and test our product on the field by June 2022 in cooperation with the University Clinics of Siena. We expect to start mass productions in 4-6 months after that. Increasing the size of our market will help us to reach not only our break-even point in 2023, but also to expand in Northern and Eastern Europe, where the problem is more present. To start our business, we need 370,000 euros to invest in the development of the clinical hardware solutions, AI algorithms, as well as in marketing. Healthcare is not exactly the simplest business. but we love exciting challenges. Want to join us? This is our multinational team with all the technical
Okay, so we had some technical difficulties, but I think we are live now again. So first of all,
Alessandro, we cannot hear you.
damn, that's unfortunate.
Now it's okay.
Okay, so first surprise of the day. So we were expecting 10 projects, and instead you have 12 projects. Okay, so 12 projects made the cut to the final stage. I want to congratulate also with projects that did not make the cut for the demo day. There are 6 projects, but remember that in the Q&A session, you'll have judges coming and ask questions also for you. So join our question Q&A session with the other teams. And remember that we also have a prize for the best semi-finalist. So, so let's see you in a while and see you particularly at the award ceremony. Okay, so what's happening now? So remember that you can vote your favorite project in the People Choice Award, first of all. And second, now we will open the breakout room for discussing with the judges. And we will regroup back here at 7 p.m. for the keynote speech by Lisa Short. This YouTube feed will stay live and we will show real some of the projects. Okay, so we'll see you in 1 hour. So be back here after the Q&A session with the judges at 7, where we will hear Lisa Short in her keynote speech. Okay, so see you in 1 hour.
And welcome back, guys. And now it's the turn for our keynote speech while judges are making their decision. So I know that you are all eager of this decision, but it's not that time right now. Our keynote speaker tonight is a passionate design ecosystem thinker, analyst, and digital technologist. She is the founder of the Mind Shifting project that aims to shift people's mindset to proper innovation and to overcome resistance to frontier technology and change. Lisa Short is moved by her passion for people's education, women's leadership, and a meaningful impact, willingness to contribute to this world. You can ask a question to Lisa in the YouTube chat. Just write in the YouTube chat, and then Lisa will answer to your question at the end of her speech. Currently, she's in Australia, so there it's time to have breakfast, I think. Please, a warm welcome and a good morning to Lisa Short. And thank you again for being here.
Thanks, Alessandro, and ciao, everyone. Yes, it is actually 3 a.m. here in Australia, so it is very early in the morning, but I couldn't be more thrilled to be here. So I'm just going to share my screen. Give me just a moment. And I just need to go back. Technology never quite works as it's supposed. We'll go right back to the beginning. There we go. So welcome, everyone. I am really thrilled to be here. As Alessandro said, I have an absolute passion for startups and innovation, particularly technology, but all startups and innovation, and certainly motivating those who are at the very beginning of their journey. So what I thought I'd do is just take you on a little bit of my journey. I'm obviously probably much more mature than all of you, and I thought I would just take you on my journey of where I've been in terms of entrepreneurship and innovation, and give you some motivation as to where you can go from now, because it is such an exciting journey to have in life. And really, as it stands at the moment in the economy, innovation is the driver of the global economy. And of course, it's never been so more important as we come out of the pandemic period now. So innovation is incredibly, incredibly important. And you'll see that I've got a great little saying up there that says, there's no learning without action, and there's no action without learning. Very famous person, Professor Reginald Revens, who made that statement. And in many ways, I believe that's what innovation and entrepreneurship is about. So as Alessandra said, my name is Professor Lisa Short. I am actually Australian, but normally based in the UK. I am sort of incarcerated here in Australia at the moment, so it's all very interesting. And the journey that I'm going to tell you about is, it might sound a very strange heading, but it's called Cupcakes, Courage and Constellations. It's actually the name of my autobiography that I'm actually writing, and I've got a couple more years to go on it yet, but and it is about my journey as an entrepreneur and an innovator. So let me take you on my journey. So the Startup Lab at Trento University is all about action. You've started a journey. You've started with an idea. You started with an ideation. You've all worked really hard together, but you've actually made action towards that journey and taking the first step towards entrepreneurship. And I've got to say that mine started many, many, many years ago. And it did start with a cupcake. And it may not be what you think, but it comes to a point of what sets an innovator apart from anybody else. What sets apart somebody who starts the journey on entrepreneurship and innovation, has the courage to step forward with that process. And mine actually started in a little cupcake shop in Melbourne, in fact, where I am right at the moment. And it was probably at a time when I didn't have probably belief in myself that I could do it. And I remember having, years and years and years of experience. And I sat down, I was asked to have a networking meeting with, at the time, a person who was the head of one of the biggest banks in Australia. And he had asked to see me, and he had a challenge where the risk that the bank was being exposed to in terms of small business was far too great for the underwriters of the main bank that actually happened to be in London. And he came to me and he said, Lisa, I really want to have a speak to you and a talk to you, because we're at a loss as to how we can minimize that risk. And so I was sitting in this tiny little cupcake shop in Queen Street in Melbourne, and it was a wet day, and we sat in this corner booth, and we had these quaintest little cupcakes and a cup of coffee. And on this one table, out comes the bank manager, the highest person in the bank, and he put out all these documents, and he said, Lisa, now I've shown you these, I really, you can't disclose any of these documents. These are the most highly valued documents the bank has. And I just thought it was quite a profound moment, that at that very moment that I realized that somebody else valued my ideas, my innovation, and it could have such a profound effect on small business. And it did go on to have that, because what I'd said to him was that if you wanted to de-risk money, you needed to innovate, and you needed to educate, and you needed to be engaged, and you needed to be actually investing in success of these small businesses. So that's the cupcake. That's where the cupcake story started. So the first part in my autobiography is cupcakes. The second part is where Alessandro led me to, and that was the fact that I realized that as an entrepreneur and an innovator, you actually have to have the courage to step forward. But to be able to do that, and this is where mind shifting started, you need to be able to shift your mind to think differently. There's a word that I often use, and it's called neoteric. And the word neoteric means to think differently. And the process of entrepreneurship and innovation doesn't start with a technology. It doesn't start with a new business. It starts with you being able to think differently. If you can't think about a challenge in a different way and come up with a different solution, and I've been listening to some of your pitches here tonight, that's what innovation is. It's about thinking differently. And so the very first step in innovation and entrepreneurship and starting new businesses is thinking differently. It's recreating and ideating, and that's where the mind shifting part came from. It also, for me, and as you can see, the hand is holding out there, it's that the future is in our hands. And for me, it was also the beginning of my blockchain journey and the journey into frontier and emerging technology and how I could intermix and intertwine business, education, workforce, and technology. And it was quite a profound moment. So I went from the, wow, somebody wants to understand and hear what I've got to say, to I need to take that step forward and bring all that together and start to think differently about some of the problems and challenges that were existing in the world at that time. So that was the very beginning of my journey. But that, of course, takes courage. So that's the courage part. So innovation and entrepreneurship takes courage. Having an idea, taking that step forward is the first step. Keeping going and having the motivation to get through all the challenges and the difficulties and the struggles that you will have, that takes courage. So you need to be brave and you need to have courage. So what is it that inspires entrepreneurs and innovators very differently to anybody else? And you'll see there, I've actually got an image. That's one of my own images. So one of the things that I really love is photography. So even though I'm an entrepreneur and innovator, I get a lot of inspiration from photography, because one of the things is that I see is when you see something, you can see it differently. So that image is actually taken in Italy. So I particularly chose this particular image. And you may or may not recognize what it is, but it was a little balustrade. It's a part of a little balustrade.
Professor Short.
Yes.
I think we're still on the first slide of your presentation.
You can't, it's not moving forward?
Not at the moment.
Okay. All right. What I might do is I'll stop share and I'll share a different way. It sometimes does that in this mode. So just give me 2 seconds. Yep.
Yep. Let's try that.
I'll just reshare. That's okay. Thank you for letting me know. Okay. Can you see that slide now?
Yeah. Yep.
Fantastic. Okay. It's just a different way of sharing. Technology is great when it works. So that image, just again to recap, that is actually an image in Italy. It is actually a corner of a little tiny old balustrade in a place that was about 1,000 years old, which to me was quite profound coming from Australia. But what I saw was a beautiful piece of art. And in that was all the colours, and you can see all the different colours and so forth that was there. So one of the things that I see about being brave is about seeing things differently. And one of the creations and the inspirations we get is from photography and from art and from the things that are around us and the ability to compose things, ideate differently, see things in a different way. And if you think about some of the solutions that I've seen that you've come up with are quite extraordinary. You know, anything from, you know, the way, apples are grown, to the way you've got kitchen sets, to the way you've got, you know, putting glue on for EEGs and so forth. There's some extraordinary ways that you've thought about innovation and entrepreneurship. So to be brave, you've got to have an inspiration. And it's always better to fail in originality than to succeed in imitation. In other words, have the courage to get out there and be unique and singular, and don't be afraid to fail. And it does take courage and it does take bravery to do that. Now, I did say I'd take you on a bit of my personal journey. And again, I've really specifically tried to bring this around into areas of Italy. And so a number of years ago, just prior to when I actually was about to start a new venture, and you can see I've got here another one of my images, it was a journey. And that journey started with me actually doing a very similar presentation as I'm doing today. I had just developed a piece of technology and I had to deliver a minimum viable product presentation, a bit like you've all done, where you're really nervous and you're really challenged by the fact you've worked so hard, and finally your product is there and you want to deliver the demonstration of what you've produced and innovated. But my day was quite particular and special because at 9 o'clock I had to do this presentation, and 2 hours later I was going to hospital to have a knee replacement. And for me, that was an incredible part of an incredible challenge, an incredible part of my journey. So I'd gone from having an ideation, producing the product, thinking this is my amazing day, and 2 hours later I'm in hospital and I'm about to have a knee replacement. But it didn't end there. I happened to be the first case in Australia of a robotically assisted knee replacement. So of course the media wanted to be there and wanted to interview me. And so you'll see that this picture here is of me being interviewed. And what I again want to demonstrate, that I was giving courage to others to be able to step forward with bravery and the ability to overcome challenges and continue to move forward, and show how innovation such as a robotically assisted medical procedure could actually improve the quality of my life and get me back to being healthy and so forth really quickly. And it did. And so you'll see the next image, and it's, may not be very attractive looking image, but that's me at gym, back at gym, 10 days after I'd had a full knee replacement. And so that was part of my journey. And the reason I show you that is that nothing good comes without hard work. You've got to be brave, you've got to have courage, and you've also got to work really hard, particularly in entrepreneurship and innovation. So your steps now are in many ways the easy part. Now it's getting capital. Now it's continuing to work together as a team. It's facing the challenges that you'll face. It's overcoming the human difficulties and the disagreements that you'll have. It's finding networks. It's finding a market. It's finding all of those things and cohesively working together, because that's all about entrepreneurship and innovation. So that's why I particularly show you these, that even myself as a leader and as a world leader in this space, have gone from a journey to a struggle, to a challenge, to bravery, to courage. But boy, there's a fantastic outcome. And that's the spine-tingling moment that you get. It almost brings tears to my eyes to think about what the outcome is. Because 8 weeks after my challenge, delivering a minimum viable product and doing all the things that I did in having a knee replacement, I walked Cinque Terre 8 weeks after that. So that's actually me in Cinque Terre. And so that was my journey from a really hard place of an ideation to a challenge, to a minimum viable product, to working really hard, but to an amazing outcome where you can actually see the outcome of what you've achieved. And that was part of my journey. So that was my cupcakes, my courage, my bravery, and my hard work. But there's something more to entrepreneurship and innovation. And it's, what is it that directs you? Because on the journey, you will all be challenged. You'll get to a point where I guarantee there is not one innovation around, or not one entrepreneur around who's not challenged with the issues regarding to capital and raising funds and having enough money to deliver your product. You'll disagree. You'll meet people that you think are going to be the people that you can partner with, and they won't be. But you have to stay focused somehow on getting from point A to point B and getting to your journey and attaining your goals and producing an amazing business and going on to continue to be entrepreneurs and innovators with the amazing products that you've worked so hard for. So having a compass that directs you is more than just directional. It needs to come from within. Having a moral compass and an ethical compass is really important in entrepreneurship and innovation. And it's certainly a really big component of where we are now in Society 5. So we've gone from the fourth industrial revolution at the beginning of the 21st century, and we've shifted now into Society 5, where Society 5 is around what we value rather than just information transfer. So one of my and I still operate it today, my original consulting company was called Arate Business Performance. Now, most people think Arate is a French word. It's actually not. It's a Greek word, and it's an amazing word. And it is my moral compass. It is the thing that I still stand by. And I have stood on this stage at the Nobel Peace Laureate Summit and educated 1,300 youth on an education pathway and an entrepreneurship pathway that is called an Arate pathway. Now, the word Arate doesn't mean stop. The word Arate is a Greek word, and it means excellence of any kind. It's bound within an individual, and it's bound within all of you. You've all got this capability and this experience to be bound with the notion of the fulfillment of your purpose and your function, the act of living up to your full potential. And that's what entrepreneurship and innovation is about. But staying on that pathway takes guidance and a compass. And that's where your network is super important. So you have ideation, you have courage, you have bravery, and hard work, but you also need a compass to be able to stay on the right path. And that's why I call it Arate, so that when you get to that road, middle of the road, that fork in the road where you're challenged, and it will happen. And I often say to people, what happens when you get to the point when you don't like each other? What are you going to do? And that's where it comes back to what is within you, your integrity, your ethics, your values, your morals. And that's the Arate path. So what is it for you that directs you from now to getting to your goals? And that's the Arate pathway. Now, the amazing thing is, when all of those things fit together, you might like to say that the stars align. And that's the constellations. So cupcakes, courage, and constellations. But what you might not realize is the constellations also mean something else. It doesn't just mean the stars and the stars in the sky. It does also mean an acronym that we use, which stands for situation, task, actions, and results. And so that creates a star. Now, in my journey many, many years ago, I remember for the first time producing a document that was like a 16-page manifesto of my product. And when I delivered it to somebody, like your pictures and so forth, we all find it really hard to summarize our information down into a very narrow document. We think, I can't possibly do that. And so I had a really close friend teach me how to use the STAR acronym, where I can go situation. What is the situation? What is my ideation? What's my environment? What's my market? What's the task? How have I got to get there? What have I got to do to get there? What are the actions I have to take? What are the results that I want? What's the market result that I want? Where do I want to go? How much capital do I need? Who are the people I need to engage with? They're my stars. So if you can align yourself to those stars, and you can bring all those pieces together, and you can see I've got my image here, and I'm sliced and diced into lots of pieces. You create a magic, and it's actually a Japanese word called an ikagai. And that's where you bring together what you love, your passions, what you're good at, your missions, what can be paid for, what can't be, your profession, your vocation, what the world needs, all the elements that excite you. And that's the bit in the middle. That's the spine-tingling moment of creating something yourself and taking it through to a business. So it's like slicing and dicing yourself and bringing it all together and putting all the pieces together and creating the most amazing magic, which is entrepreneurship and innovation. And this is part of my magic. So, it's a 35, 40-year career. And again, I thought Alessandra might appreciate the fact that this again is in Italy, where we met, and it was at an amazing conference called the Kairos Summit, where it brings together the most incredible youth. We pitched them a global challenge, a challenge that's around the sustainability goals, which I led, to encourage and incite entrepreneurship. But my journey started when I started at school, so I was very brave here. So I've actually put my school photo on, that's me there. Why it's important is I'm grounded. I can never forget from where I came. So I came from a regional country, Australian area, a tiny area of Australia, where it was very difficult for women to work. It was very difficult for women to be entrepreneurs and innovators, because it wasn't what we were supposed to do. And I didn't fit that mold. I've been an entrepreneur and an innovator from the time I was very young and at school. I've also included this one here. That was me. That was in my final year at high school. And I'm still friends with this teacher that I had here. He was the person who taught me how to debate. He was the person who taught me how to have respectful conflict and to resolve problems and challenges. And in entrepreneurship, that's incredibly important, because you will face challenges and you will have disagreements. And being able to do that and get over those challenges with respect is incredibly important. One of my most proud moments, though, is this one here at the bottom. And this is the heights you can get to when you innovate. I led a innovation challenge over a year with the Nobel Peace Laureate Summit. So I worked with 7 Nobel Peace Laureates, or Nobel Peace Prize winners, to develop a technology that would support and innovate their goals to achieve their missions as Nobel Peace Laureates. And so this was at the Nobel Peace Laureate Summit after we had developed that technology. And so for me to go from being that, 5'2" young girl in a regional country town, never imagining that entrepreneurship and innovation and ideation would get me to the world stage on the Nobel Peace Laureate stage, was quite incredible. And on that same day, I also educated 1,300 youth. And so I led them with example. And that was where I actually discussed using the Arate pathway. And these are some of the entrepreneurs and innovators that were there. Absolutely extraordinary innovation. This young lady here got me as I got off stage, and she said, "Lisa, can I have a discussion with you?" Yes, you can. And the innovation she had was that in Mexico, because this was in Yucatan in Mexico, that one of the challenges that they have is that there's a lot of multinationals have come in with pork farms, and they've been creating these conglomerations of pork farms, and it's producing a mass amount of bio waste. She said, what I want to do is I want to turn the bio waste from these farms into fuel, and I want to use a blockchain to be able to track the energy and to be able to make a difference globally, and then to be able to sell those carbon credits. And I've got to say, it just brought me to tears, because these were young women that were, to me, very likely, to me, I could relate to the fact of what I felt like at that age. And so these were some of my innovators. So if I motivated one of them to continue on my pathway, it was quite extraordinary. And it was shortly after that I met Alessandra. So that was some of my journey and some of the most amazing parts of my life. It's also taken me to the United Nations General Assembly for innovation and to advance innovation particularly for women and advocate for women in tech. And so anyone has the opportunity to do that. But I've also got 2 pictures in the middle that are really important to me. One is I'm a mum. And so you can see that was actually a drawing that I've taken. My youngest daughter, who's 30, should be very embarrassed if I knew that I was showing this, but she drew that when she was about 8 or 9, and I took a digital image of it. And that to me is really important, because that shows, particularly for women, we can achieve anything. We can be mums, we can be partners, we can be innovators and entrepreneurs, and it doesn't change our outcome. It makes us stronger and more resilient and more capable. And we need more women in tech, and we need more women in entrepreneurship and innovation. So it's incredibly important for me to be able to advocate that That's where I came from. I am a mum, and I've still achieved that. And this other one is also important. It might seem to be odd, but my hashtag is actually crypto auntie. And I was given that hashtag by a colleague in Tokyo. And it was purely because I was an innovator in the blockchain space, and he looked up to me as an innovator because I had believed in blockchain to be able to change the world in terms of financial inclusion and the way that it can inhibit change in the entrepreneurship and innovation space. And so he nicknamed me Crypto Auntie. So I wear that with a badge of honor and a badge of pride. And so that's why that's very important to me in my journey. But that little collage is just part of my life. And that's where innovation and entrepreneurship can take you. But finally, I do want to bring it together to say that when all the pieces come together in entrepreneurship and innovation, and it may take time, and it does take hard work, it does take cupcakes, it does take courage, and it does take constellations, and it does take a journey, that's where the unicorns come. And the unicorns aren't always financially the $1 million businesses. They may change an SDG, a sustainability goal. They may change your local community. They may change your life. They may change somebody else's life. But they are incredibly successful businesses. For me, it's been a lifetime journey, and it is a unicorn business, and it is I've got multiple patents. And again, for a woman in tech, that's quite incredible. But that's a journey of entrepreneurship and innovation that's taken me there. And I'm incredibly proud of the fact that the technology that I've developed will be actually being delivered at COP26, which is actually, again, a partnership between Italy and the UK. And so a lifetime of journey, multiple businesses, multiple journeys, multiple challenges, lots of hard work, lots of courage, produces an incredible ideation that will resolve some of the world's greatest challenges. And that's extraordinarily important to have. So mindful of my time to try and keep it to the half an hour. All I can say is I've actually have reviewed every single one of the presentations and the pictures that's gone out tonight. You should all be extraordinarily proud of the innovations. They are amazing. As I said, everything from the kitchen set to the ECG to easy farming to the sports program, stream art, everything that's there is truly amazing. So congratulations to all of you. I have said to Alessandra and Gloria and the team that I am very happy to take on a couple of mentors as the winners of the challenge, which would be amazing. And there is a couple of the programs here that I also would like to take forward and introduce to some colleagues because I think they are quite incredible. All I can say is don't stop here. This is only the beginning of your journey. You must keep going because these are extraordinary ideas. So congratulations. I'm really terrible at Italian, but I'll have a go. Complimenti a tutti to all of you, and congratulations. And I'm happy to take any questions. I've got about 10 to 15 minutes for some questions.
Thank you very much, Lisa, for this great presentation and really inspiring speech. You really love Italy, indeed.
I do.
So now time for questions and curiosity. So I remind to all the audience that they can write down your questions in the YouTube chat. And I can break the ice with the first question to you, Lisa. Mm-hmm. And my question is, imagine that you have a crystal ball in front of you. What will be the future trends in the technology market, in your opinion?
Yeah, absolutely. Without a doubt, moving forward from now on, if you don't involve yourself in the world of blockchain, artificial intelligence and machine learning, and also the Internet of Everything. So like all things, the internet's been a foundational technology since the late 1990s, but blockchain is the foundational technology and artificial intelligence moving forward into Society 5. Internet of Everything obviously is the technology that is going to turn us into a smart society. But bear in mind, the fuel that feeds a smart society is data. And one of the things that's critically important that's shifted as we've gone into Society 5 is that we've gone from valuing just information transfer to valuing trust. And so we've moved to a situation where information transfer is not enough. We need to value the trust in that. And given the volume of data and the volume of change that we're experiencing, they are the profound technologies. A lot of the work that I'm doing at the moment is around educating people about blockchain. And when I say blockchain, it's a very broad spectrum. It's not just cryptocurrencies. It's certainly blockchain, decentralized ledgers, smart contracts, non-fungible tokens. And bear in mind, non-fungible tokens are incredibly important in the innovation and entrepreneurship sector because IP or intellectual property and business reputation and ideation, and in many ways, the intellectual property that you've produced in your innovations can be converted into a non-fungible token that can be assetized or capitalized, and it can be used to be able to leverage a new development bank that I'm involved in to gain capital. So shifting the conversation for entrepreneurs and innovators in terms of how they get capital will be foundational in the use of blockchain technologies as well. So without a doubt, I often say to people, if you don't involve yourself in the world of blockchain technologies, not just crypto, blockchain technologies, AI, machine learning, and Internet of Everything, you will be left behind. So it's critically important that we have this discussion and we think about where those technologies can be used in our businesses.
Okay, thank you, Lisa. So we have a first question coming in the chat. So it's Roberto is asking how much of innovation is due to creativity and how much to implementation in your view?
It's a very good question, actually. To be honest, I'd go creativity because creativity is the part that's the most courageous. So I think that the difference between the creativity and implementation comes down to our appetite for risk and what we consider success and failure. So if I can relate it to partly the reason that I don't actually work in Australia very often, I just happen to be here and got caught here, is that Australia has a very low appetite for risk. And so they also have a very poor view on failure. Now, if you're talking innovation and entrepreneurship, you might have 100 innovations and one that will actually be financially successful and go on to be built. But you need those 99 others as a learning curve to get to the one. And so I don't actually see failure, in an innovation or entrepreneurship as a challenge. What we need is ideation and creativity because it is the driver of gross GDP. They're the drivers of the economy. Implementation in many ways is I'm going to say the easy part. I'm not saying it's easy, but it's the easier of the two. Having the courage to go, what if you don't do it that way? Which is sort of my way of thinking. I mean, my entire life as an entrepreneur and innovator, I've been the person that's gone, what if we don't do it that way? What if you actually think about it differently? And that's that word that I mentioned before, neoteric. Neoteric means thinking differently about a challenge. And so whatever we continue to think the same way, we always end, it's the definition of insanity, continuing to do the same thing and expect a different outcome. We have to think differently. So creativity, implementation is much easier because that's the task process. The thinking and the creativity is definitely the most difficult and the most courageous part to get to. So I would say creativity first.
Okay, so creativity first. Pablo Soler-Bach, who is an instructor of Startup Lab, is asking you, entrepreneurship is an intense, risky, and potentially stressful path. Are there any profiles better suited for it, or can one learn to be an entrepreneur?
Actually, that's an amazing question. I've got a colleague at Cambridge University who's doing some psychological studies actually, to see, are there any differences between an entrepreneur and an innovator and somebody who is not, suitable for the role? Can it be taught? Yes, I believe it can, but I think there's something really truly innate about an entrepreneur and innovator. But I certainly think there's skills that can be taught, and it comes down to one of the areas that I specialize in globally are 21st century skills. Bearing in mind that most people are born creative, with resilience, with courage, we're taught to have parameters. We're taught to actually create boundaries rather than having a boundary-less environment, if you like. But I think there are some qualities that people who go on to be successful as entrepreneurs and innovators have. Certainly courage and resilience, creative thinking, the ability to problem solve, and so forth. But yes, I do believe that everybody can be an entrepreneur and an innovator. Some will be more successful than others. Interestingly enough, that the research that's been done, and it is quite profound actually, the research will be out within the next sort of probably 6 to 12 months, published research, is that if you're taking it in terms of intelligence and you use measurements like your IQ or your intelligence quotients, they've found that the highest intelligence people are not necessarily great innovators and entrepreneurs. By the same token, those are at the lower scale of academic capability and capacity generally don't have the resilience and the capability to be faced with the challenges and overcome some of the challenges, such as getting capital and moving forward. But those that are in the sort of middle range, they found that the creative qualities and the ideation qualities and the resilience were very strong indicators. But I will say there's something that's very important in this discussion, and it is a very tough path. And I think, Alessandro, we would have remembered one of the sessions that we attended actually at the Kairos Foundation was a session, we actually called it the Unconference session, where innovators got together and discussed openly their mental health and their challenges. Now, it can be very difficult and a very unsupported, and in many ways, demonstrating often the imposter syndrome, where we're not game, or we're not confident to be able to say, I'm not coping. I'm financially struggling, or I'm mentally not feeling well. I need some support, etc. So it can be a very, very, very challenging pathway to follow as well. So part of the leadership programs that I'm delivering at the moment through London Grad School, we've actually embedded into that a mental health program for entrepreneurs and innovators, where we can actually be more open about our mental health and our struggles and our challenges, so we can be well supported in that space. But long answer short, do I think it can be taught? Yes, I do. But I still think some people are better suited to it than others. But I think everybody has the opportunity to be taught to be an entrepreneur and an innovator, provided they have the correct support network around them as well. And networking is critically important to entrepreneurs and innovators. And I actually used this terminology the other day, is if you find your right tribe, if you like, where you fit, and where you feel comfortable and where you feel safe and secure, you can succeed really well as an entrepreneur.
Let's talk about women and entrepreneurship. You are delegate of a commission on the status of women in UK. So my question is, how can we support women even more in entrepreneurship and in technology sector, maybe starting with the education, starting from the primary school or even earlier? Or what kind of suggestion do you do you have for that precious and crucial theme?
Yeah, it's absolute. We are at a critical moment of inflection now. We need to be intentional about the inclusion of women at a very young age, from school, where there is no differentiation in opportunity for women to move into particularly tech roles, women in tech roles, and in entrepreneurship and innovation roles. The challenge that we're faced with at the moment, and this is why it is so critically important, is that as we're moving into Society 5 and we're building technologies that are built around artificial intelligence design, blockchain, machine learning, et cetera, that if we don't have gender inclusion, we are going to build 2,000 years worth of bias into technology moving forward. We must attain gender diversity to move forward and attain global growth and economic stability. At the 65th Commission for the Status of Women at the United Nations, the Under Secretary General and the Secretary General actually brought to the fore one of the probably most horrific reports that I've seen in terms of gender in April this year. And we only have approximately 8 to 14% of women in technology. And so when we have statistics that low, we have to start to be intentional. So that means when we're at school, industry needs to engage with schools because the teachers require support from industry. We need more mentors for teachers and educators to demonstrate how women can get involved in the sector. We need to have greater capital available to women to be able to develop ideation and become entrepreneurs and innovators. We need to be intentional about having gender diversity on boards. I would never once was an advocate for quotas per se, but until we get to the point where we have 50-50 on boards, we need to be intentional. And that may mean the argument that some women you may perceive may not be the most experienced to take up those roles, but women will never get those experiences unless we put them in those roles and mentor them and support them. So there needs to be more opportunity. I now take a stance when I, for example, turn up at a conference and I see 50 and 60 male speakers and 1 or 2 women speaking, to challenge them. So we need to be challenging boards. We need to be holding them accountable because we also know that women-led and diverse boards have a greater financial capacity and outcome, and women-led entrepreneurship and startups also have a higher success rate. So we need to hold investors accountable for making poor investment decisions if they're not including women. So there are many opportunities that we have. Startups, the accelerators that we have, all the ideation that we have. We've got some of the most educated women coming out of universities, but they are missing opportunities. We have less than 3% venture capital goes to women, and that needs to change. That intentionally must change. And so my best answer to that is that I'm not prepared to wait 205 years for gender parity. The development bank that I'm engaged in at the moment will be the first smart contracted development bank. It'll be announced in November. We're building it now, but it'll be actually live in November. Will be the first development bank that will be fully smart contracted deliberately and intentionally, so we can take out the bias in venture capital that will go to entrepreneurs and innovators and shift the conversation about the 3% of venture capital going to women. And that's how intentional we have to be. We have to be designed intentionality around women and gender. There's no excuses for it. End of conversation. There's just no excuses for it.
No excuses at all.
None.
No. So maybe one last question. What kind of advice would you recommend to our startup labbers? I mean, they've just finished the lab. And as you mentioned before, this is not the end. It might be a start for another new adventure, another step in their projects. So what would your recommendation to them?
Network. It's one of the 21st century skills that must be taught is the ability for us to communicate and network. And if anything, the last year has taught us the ability to be connected. And so what I would say, I was asked a very similar question actually a couple of days ago, and I said, I mentioned in the presentation, find your tribe. And when I say find your tribe, I mean find the like-minded people that will support you to get to where you need to go. And you need to be able to network, and more networking. For every 10 people that say, no, I'm not interested, no, I'm not interested, but I do know somebody who is, you will find ways to market your product, gain access to capital, you'll get ideation, you'll find, you can reach out to mentors to help you resolve challenges, you can find partnerships. People forget that one of the sustainability goals is sustainability goal number 17, and that's partnerships. And a couple of years ago, when I was at the United Nations General Assembly, again, the Secretary General said, we've all forgotten number 17. It was deliberately put there that we must partner moving forward to attain innovation. Excuse me. And so in the beginning of the journey for these amazing, some of the ideation, I just get gobsmacked at the ideation that's there. What I say is reach out. When people like myself say reach out to us, we generally do mean it. We mean it. So get on LinkedIn, be on social media, be on Twitter. Make sure that you're engaging in the social media platforms. Make sure that you're reaching out to mentors. Don't be afraid to reach out to leaders like myself and others that are there. We know others in the industry. Most of us are more than happy to engage in that space. So network, and be excited, and don't be afraid. Go back to the beginning of my presentation where it said, you've got to have bravery and you've got to have courage. If I can go from standing on that stage of, presenting a product, to having a knee replacement, to being in gym 10 days later, to walking Cinque Terre, and all of those challenges, anyone can. If I can go from being in that regional country town to on a world stage, anybody in innovation and entrepreneurship can. You've got to reach out, and you've got to have confidence in your own product and being to get to that point, but reach out and network.
Thank you, Lisa, for your keynote speech. Was really, really inspiring. And thank you also for the mentoring that you'll give. So I didn't get it. So you'll offer for two teams your mentorship. That is your gift for
Correct.
Our startup lab.
It is my gift. It is my gift. I will take on two teams. I do love Italy, and as you can see, I really do love Italy. But I think we're also a global world. So even though the ideations might come out of Italy, I can see some incredible opportunities. So I will take two teams through to mentor, and take them into my network and connect. And there will be some others that I've looked at too that I'm going to do some recommendations for as well.
This is amazing, Lisa, and thank you.
My pleasure.
So hopefully we'll invite you here in Trento, in Italy, for next edition, who knows. And now we have to move to the award ceremony. So we are eager to know the team's winner as well as the awarded teams. So I think we have to move from the slides again. And I'm watching Alessandro and Gloria.
Hello again. So thanks, Professor Lisa, for the great, engaging and inspiring speech. And I'm happy that this is recorded because I want to rewatch it again and again. And also for people that wasn't here to hear you live. And so thanks also for your additional prize or mentoring to our teams. So we are eager to also know the name of this. So that's something on top of all the prizes. So it's the icing on the cake on the prizes. So we need to wrap it up, gang, and Gloria, and I want to thank Gloria and Celia, because I mean they really run all the voting system behind, coordinated the judges, etc., etc. So Gloria and Celia, thanks for working so hard and making this for us. So now let's move on. I think we can start the award ceremony. So can we have the slide? Ta-da! Okay, award ceremony, super. So without further ado, I would start saying this first of all. I mean, might sound trivial or, but I mean, you're all winners, and I hope tonight you will celebrate for your results, but particularly you will celebrate for the process, because the process is as much important as your results. So what did you learn, and everything that you, the experience that you had in these 3 months. Okay, so let's start this with the first, one of the first prize. So this first prize, okay, you didn't see anything, I get, and so try to take my time while they correcting this. And so the first prize is awarded by the junior mentors. So the junior mentors have seen almost all the teams, and so they awarded the special prize, which is for the best teamwork. So this is for the team that showed the best teamwork, which is critically important. And so if Gloria, you're ready, I would ask you to show again the slide. So bring the slide out. And Gloria, I think you can announce yourself. I would ask you to announce the winners for the best teamwork award for Startup Lab 2021.
Yes, there is actually a tie in this award because junior mentors were not able to find just one team. So we are going to give the prize to 2 teams. The first one is Kitchen Kit. So congrats to you guys. And the second one is Easy Farming. So the junior mentors said that all these 2 teams were very so much dedicated to their project. They did a great job listening and making questions to the mentors, and also listening to the answers and try to make them make improvements on your projects thanks to their suggestions. So very good job to those teams.
Very good job indeed, guys. And so now let's move to the second award. So the second prize is a special mention. So this special mention awarded the semi-finalist, which is one of the 6 teams that didn't make the cut for the final. So to present this award, we have Andrea Bollner. Hello, Andrea, are you there?
Hello, Alessandro. Hello, everybody. Thank you to inviting me. For me, it's an honor to be here also this year.
Okay, thanks, Andrea, for dedicating your time. So without further ado, let's see who's the winner, and then you will say probably something about your motivation, okay?
There's something to tell to the students before the winner.
Okay,
also,
sure.
As you know, I am involved in the personal branding, and in my opinion, all the students has to write in LinkedIn, okay, a new in the section project, this kind of project. You have to write the project, you have to involve your team in the project, and you have to also to use the slides and the presentation, because for me is a good opportunity for your personal branding and for your web reputation. Because I saw the presentation, and all the presentation were good made and good presented also. And it could be interesting to know this kind of things in your LinkedIn profile. Okay, sorry.
Sure. Thanks for the suggestion and advice. Okay, this is free consulting for us.
Yes, of course. Okay, thanks.
Okay.
Now, regarding the winner, okay, it was hard to choose the team, but at the end, we decided to give the prize to Kitchen Kit. Okay?
Again, congratulations, Kitchen Kit. Again.
Yes.
Okay. Do you have a motivation for this?
There is more motivation. One particular is innovative. The idea is something also green, and in our opinion, it could be a good opportunity also for students. Okay.
Super. Thank you, Andrea. And now we move on to the third prize. Well, let me remind you that these two prizes, they get bragging rights, so you can just brag among your peers. But I mean, that's it. And now we have a substantial prize because it comes really not only with an award, but also with some results. So this is the special prize, which is offered by HIT, Hub Innovazione Trentino, that will offer free pre-incubation services for the team. So I have Marco Senegaliese from Hub Innovazione Trentino. Hello, Marco.
Hi. Okay, the award you have already presented consists in a period of 6 months of hosting in our co-working. So the chance to enter and to be close to other startups and close to us, because in addition to this period, we are going to offer also the period of 6 months of coaching. And we hope that the combination of hosting and coaching could be the launchpad for these teams that we are going to announce to enter the initiative of Trentino Startup Valley, the programs when the things start to be serious. And now I'm going to announce the two teams that we have chosen for the Innovation Delta they have presented, as well as for the commitment of the teams. And the two teams we have chosen, there is no first team or second team. I go in alphabetical order. They are the EEG Mate team and the Your team.
Congratulations to both teams. Congratulations. And thanks, Marco, and thanks, Ita, for your wonderful prize. So the opportunity of spending your time in the collocation center, in the work center of HIT in Povo, and to mingle with other startuppers, and also to get coaching from the business developer of HIT. Thank you again, Marco.
I thank you, everybody, for the job and to have created this chance for these teams. Thank you. Bye.
Bye, Marco. Thanks. And now, I mean, the last prize before the third, second, and first prize. So it's the People Choice Award. So People Choice Award is related to the vote. So maybe who want to present this?
I'm gonna present
Okay,
this.
Silvia, thank you.
So guys, thank you so much for like
Silvia, how hard was to screen all the votes?
It was kind of hard because every year we have some problems as always, but I guess this year it was a huge victory for this team. So it wasn't that hard to find out the winners of this team. So as you know, from the beginning of our live stream at 4:30 p.m. until 7 p.m., the public had the opportunity to vote for the best team and assign this award. We had a total votes in general. It's 1,500 total votes. And with 200 votes, the People Choice Awards goes to Jore. Congratulations.
Congratulations, Yore. Congratulations. Okay, and so let's wrap it up. So now let's go to the real prices, because I mean this price as the other just win bragging rights among the other peers, but now we have the big prize. So first of all, the third prize award. So Gloria, can you mention what do this guy win?
Yes, sure. Because as we said in a very pretty email, we're giving you fancy reimbursement, and in this case, they're winning reimbursement to go on an Italian event about entrepreneurship and innovation and communication. The event will be held in Rimini, more or less in the summer. I don't remember exactly the dates, and that's it.
Okay, super. I want to go there. Can I join the team?
Yes, of course. Yeah, but you have to pay for yourself.
No, really. Okay, because for this guy it's free.
Yes, it is. We can reimburse the ticket, the travel cost, and also the food and accommodation as well.
But just for students, not for me.
Just for students. You're too old to join this kind of event. I'm sorry, Ale.
Okay. I will leave with that. Thank you, Gloria. But without further ado, so who's winning this third place?
Wait a second, because we have Chloe.
Oh yes, sorry. We have Chloe from the judge panel.
The winning team.
Thank you, Chloe.
Hello, everyone. First of all, it was a really big honor for me. It's my first time here as a judge, and just a few years ago, I was also one of you. And I would like to congratulate every team for the hard work, but unfortunately, at the end of the day, we always have to choose. So I will announce the winner for the third place. What struck me the most about this team is that they are really, really close to the pain. And this award goes to the team OneBra. This award goes to Team OneBra because of their passion and the social impact they want to bring by addressing a problem that we know that killing a lot of women's self-confidence in silence. So for that, they deserve this third place.
Congratulations, Team OneBra, and thanks, Chloe, for your time and devotion and for coming back to Startup Lab after 5 years.
Yes.
And I hope to see you again. And thanks again. And now for the second place. We have a different.
Yes, for the second place, we have Rui Barros Silva.
Welcome, Rui.
Hello, Alessandro. Hello, Gloria. Good to see you all. Greetings from London. It's a bit cold still, so if you guys in Italy can send me some sunshine, that would be amazing. I've been asking for this in all of my calls with people in Italy. I would probably start by saying congratulations to all the students. I had an opportunity to read all the applications, to play the videos and all of that. So I'm really impressed with the quality of the ideas presented, and you should all feel very proud of what you put together. So it was very difficult for us as judges to come about deciding who should win. But before I say that, I should also add that after the Eurovision this year, this is the best event that I've been to in the recent months. So and congratulations to Gloria and the rest of the university team for putting such a well-oiled event together. So congratulations to everyone. Now the second prize goes to, and this is a simple idea, this is a simple solution. It was very well put together. It was a great presentation. It was very well executed. The prize goes to Yore. So congratulations, team. A round of applause for my behalf. I wish that it could come to the virtual stage. So very well done. Like I said, it was a simple idea, a simple solution. I can't wait to see it in the market. I might not be one of your customers, but I'm sure that a lot of people will be. So congratulations again.
Thanks, Rui. Congratulations, Yore. Gloria, what do they win?
they win another special, very special prize. They're going to go to the South Summit event in Madrid. This event is going to be on October, if I'm correct. And again, is another huge and international event about entrepreneurship and innovation. So as the previous one, they will have the opportunity to meet startuppers, experts, and professionals that share their experience and do workshops and panels to be part of, and so on. So it would be great.
Super. Unfortunately, I'm not a student, so I can't join them, but it looks really, really, really cool. So congratulations, Team Iore. And now, I mean, we are done. So the first place. So for the first place, we have Gabriele Paglialonga from Industrial Ventures presenting the prize. Gabriele, are you there? Hello, Gabriele.
Hello, Alessandro. Hello, everybody. Thanks for inviting me this year. It's a pleasure, and congratulations to all the teams. So hard job for us to assign the first prize because the ideas, and I've said it before, ideas are getting better and better every year. So the competition was tough. However, we think we identified the team that deserved it the most, because there has to be a winner. It's a team that identified their problem very in a very straightforward manner. They also defended their own validation during the Q&A session. And something that they personally appreciated a lot, they are aware of their strengths and weaknesses and the gaps they need to fill moving forward to realize their idea, their business idea. And I think it's a testament of the awareness of this team and how they work together in the past weeks. So no more words from my side. The first prize goes to EEG Mate.
EEG Mate, congratulations.
Yes. Bravo.
Congratulations. I see Pablo rooting.
I knew it.
Okay.
Well, I didn't know it. But
I'm not mad. So EEG Mate, congrats. And what do they win? Gloria, are you there? Otherwise,
yes, of course. They won a really great event because they can participate to the Web Summit in Lisbon on November. It is a very huge and a super international event about entrepreneurship and startups, and they're gonna have so much fun there.
Okay, great. And for this prize, we also have to say that we had an agreement with Web Summit, which is kindly sponsoring the ticket. So they are, thanks to Web Summit, because they were sponsor the tickets, and they will also offer to all Startup Lab students an additional discount. No, 20%. No, I should.
No, it's South Summit,
it's South
not Web Summit.
It's South Summit. Sorry. Okay. But Pablo, can you tell about this special discount?
Yeah, actually, the iBusiness School and is helping us here because it's one of the sponsors of the South Summit, which happens in Madrid, and they have given us the tickets for the winning team for free, and also discount for anyone from Trento University who wants to attend, either virtually or in person in Madrid. This is happening in October. It's a really fantastic event. So we'll let you know more about that discount. It's a good opportunity, and Madrid is always a fantastic place to visit.
Right.
For the winning team, it's in person. It's not online.
Absolutely. So sorry for the misunderstanding. So nay Web Summit, yay South Summit, and thanks to IE and Pablo for the sponsorship. Super great. Okay, so let's try if we can get the team.
We have some guests.
Guests.
Yes, because I sent an email to the team. And I think that Valentina and also, hello, Valentina.
Sorry for the misunderstanding. So, nay Web Summit.
Please turn off the volume on the video on YouTube. Otherwise, we can listen also to what we were saying. Where are your teammates?
Hello, Valentina. So, were you surprised by the result?
Congratulations.
Thank you. Oh my God. Oh dear.
So have you been to Lisbon, Valentina?
No, I had to go last year, but then COVID came.
Well, there you have it. It's a great place. You'll love it. It's a fantastic place.
Oh,
congratulations.
So Valentina, you had, I remember you being very proactive since the beginning and pitching at least 2 ideas. And so I think that, I mean, I'm happy to see you winning because, I mean, you were resilient. No one at the beginning were able, I mean, were jumping on your idea, and then you were able to join another team, and so you worked hard into another team. So congratulations, because I mean, one of the best skill of entrepreneurs are resilience, are discipline, and the being able to continue over when you have difficulties, like organizing your team. So congratulations, Valentina, and congratulations to all your teammates. So congratulations. I see Placido here. Hello, Placido.
Yeah, thank to.
Hi. Thank you.
Welcome.
Also, all the others are coming. I see also Alessandro arriving. Hello, Alessandro.
Okay.
So make some
Hello,
noise,
Alessandro.
brag, say something.
Bravo!
I can't hear you. Okay,
Bravo.
now I can.
Well
Thank
done,
you.
well done.
Thank you, everyone.
Congrats, bravo.
I'm so honored.
Congratulations.
Wow.
Play some guitar, Alessandro. You have a guitar in the back.
Yeah, yeah.
Well done.
Okay,
God.
is anyone coming?
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
did you expect
there
this?
is some connection problems because they were writing on our group, and they can't find the link maybe because
Okay.
I'm trying to help.
Okay, good. So
But
Placido, what was the Placido, Alessandro, Valentina? Tell us something about the worst thing happening during Startup Lab. I mean, the hardest thing that you had to experience.
Oh my God. We have a few, I think, and Giacomo, I would like so much that he was here, but I can start with them. So the first one was the pivoting period, because when we started realizing like that we need a market, we need to create a business around an idea that we really believed on. Yeah, we started doubting on us, saying, okay, maybe we should pivot. And then the following month was like continuous meeting, trying to keep up with new ideas. And then we came back on the first one because it was the best one. So it was very useful because our mentor, Lorenzo Modena, helped us with this process. And it was also fun because we came up with a lot of ideas.
Great, great. Anything worth to mention? I mean, something crazy that happened during the course, Placido or Valentina? Something that you remember and tell your kids?
Well, actually, a really funny thing was when we had to do the videos, no, to show how our tool works. But yeah, we were like, how do we do that? Because we couldn't meet, first of all, and only Giacomo could do something in the lab. But yeah, in the end, he was really great, and he could make up a tool and do the video. It was perfect, and you saw it in our presentation. So.
Yes, yes, you saw it.
Yeah, Giacomo
Okay.
was always on hands with it, because we realized sort of MVP of the project. So we did this video for the presentation because it was useful to show, and he invented a way like to simulate the process of the mechanism. So it was crazy when he showed us how he did, and it's a secret, we can say it, but it was so fun.
Okay, I understand what you're saying. So congratulations also in winning the HIT pre-incubation period. So you'll have the also the opportunity to discuss your project for 6 months with a business developer of Hub Innovazione Trentino, if you want to follow through, and you can have a business developer pushing you to iterate even more and to produce newer and shinier minimum viable product. Okay, so congratulations again. I think we need to rush it to the end, but yes, stay with us because we are going to probably shoot the breeze again all together. So let me just put the acknowledgement reel now. So Gloria, can you please bring the acknowledgement slides on? So here they are. So first of all, we need a huge thank, apart from the University of Trento hosting us, to Hub Innovazione Trentino, which offers a lot of mentoring, coaching, the prices, and also resources for running our contamination lab. And to AT Digital, because through the BD Lab offered support with mentors and with coaches. Okay, so thanks for the for this kind of our support. And every one of you spoke about teamwork, and well, you know that we preach what we teach, and we try to abide to the rule that we teach. So Startup Lab, BD Lab, this joint venture is a teamwork effort and couldn't be made without the effort of the mentors. So thanks our 13 super mentors, and also thanks to the junior mentors, part of the alumni. And so I won't say the name, but I would at least mention that Carlotta is open to work. So if someone is listening, human resources is listening, please hire this girl, because I mean, these are all exceptional mentors. And so thanks to the senior and thanks to the junior for your time, devotion, efforts. And we hope you can interact with us more, and we'll ask for more effort. So thank you again. And then I'd like also to acknowledge the great guest speakers that we had. So we had unicorn chasers, experts of lean startup, investors, directors of funds, experts on mergers and acquisition, people coming from NGOs, connecting the Silicon Valley startups with universities. Again, business developers from Hub Innovazione Trentino, and we also have a Victorino Filippas with a new haircut. And so, I mean, exceptional guest speaker. So thanks also to Clelia. She was supposed to be here around, but I think she's homesick. So best wishes, Clelia, to get well soon. And so thanks to this wonderful guest speaker. And I would say last but not least, also for the pitch clinic mentors. So the people that 2 weeks before your demo day came just to try to crush your expectation and forcing you to pivot your project and to revise all your assumption. So thanks again for your time and for the effort that you put in trying to improve and to force our team to iterate. So I think we are done, and I'm quite sad that I mean this is it. But I want to again thanks all the teammates and all the gang here in Contamination Lab for the journey, and see whether they have something to say, because we want to hear your closing remarks. So who's coming first? Pablo. Pablo from Madrid.
Yes, well, it's been a pleasure to be surrounded by all this creativity, hard work, companionship, difficult moments, easier moments, nice moments. I hope to be able to do it again, maybe in the flesh. It's always even nicer. But it's been fantastic. I think I'm very, very satisfied of the projects that have come up of these few weeks. It's fantastic. The progress that the team have done comparing to day one, it's incredible. So I think the selection process worked really well. We have had such fantastic teams, so I'm very happy to have been part of this.
Super. What about the others?
Alessandro, if you want, I can go with my really, I would like to thank, of course, all the team, but then especially the students, because I was really impressed. Really, during this very complex moment, the interaction was not easy, but I've seen really the students working hard, organizing themselves and really developing the ideas with a lot of really passion and energy. And I really thank the student for putting all this enthusiasm. I think it was really great and really overcoming many obstacles during this weird moment, and really looking forward to also to see you in person, and also all the best for the developments of these ideas.
Super. And I see, before wrapping up, I see we have a winner here. So Giacomo, say some few words, just brag around with the others. You're a winner.
You see me?
You can do it.
Yeah,
Yes.
you hear me, right? Okay. Yay, that's all the thing I have to say. Sorry for being late. I was struggling to sign in. It was a long journey, and I'm very happy right now. I really don't know what to say. Like, thanks to my teammates. It was like a perfect team. So thank you all.
Thank you,
Okay,
Giacomo.
super. Thanks, Giacomo.
Thank you.
And moving right along, Gloria, Silvia, and Alessandra. Thanks for, the effort that you made it, and say something. How much will you miss this?
So much, so much that tomorrow I will stop doing everything about Startup Lab, and we'll see you next year. I don't want to hear anything about Startup Lab. I'm kidding. I'm gonna miss it so much, and of course I'd like also to organize something friendly all together. So expect from me another email, because I know that you're going to miss also my emails. But this time probably wants to be friendly. So I'm thinking about lake, beers, and some chit chat, and just getting to know each other physically for the first time this year together after 3 months in front of a laptop. So it would be great.
Okay, speaking about beer, Alessandra,
yeah.
Tell us what's cooking now, because we'll be celebrating right now. Sorry, Pablo, you're in Madrid, but we'll be celebrating with what?
I'm going to the fridge.
We are going to celebrate with the spritz, a Venetian spritz with Select and Prosecco. So that's our next party. Now, it was really a pleasure to me to be there, and I thank all the staff of CLab because I felt at the very beginning, I felt like I was at home, like in a family, and that is really important to me. I was really, it was really a pleasure to me to support you along this journey, and to support your teamwork with the assessment nightmare. And I hope, as Gloria mentioned before, I hope to see you here in CLab physically, and finally have party together also and have fun together. So congrats again to all teams, and see you soon, hopefully in CLab Trento.
Okay, thanks. Silvia, How many news will you do about the demo day tomorrow?
I don't know. I think like every single national newspaper will cover this event. No, just kidding. No, for sure, people will talk about this event. And congrats to you guys for winning the first prize. I'm really. I didn't know you, but I know other teams. But like, I really liked your idea. So congrats again. It was a nice victory. I really enjoyed it, and yeah, it was an amazing journey also for me. I had the opportunity to meet a lot of people, a lot of teams, all the teams that I encountered in this like a communication project. It was, I mean, they were amazing, super friendly people, nice to talk with. So yeah, thank you all of you to make this a really nice experience for me.
Thanks, Silvia, for your time, for your devotion and your effort and the results in covering our news. Okay, I will be signing off now, but let me remind you to celebrate responsibly. We will celebrate responsibly. So Alessandra, bring out the select bottle. I'm coming. And hello to everyone. Bye-bye. See you soon in real life. So feel free to stalk us in the social media like LinkedIn, but feel free also to stop us if you see us walking on the street of Trento or elsewhere in the world. Okay, bye-bye.
Bye. Thank you, Alessandro. Thank you all.
Bye. Bye.